Hey there guys, I am the Six Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer video. It is time again for yet another Sunday preview, and this is one that I am personally very excited about. Finally, and after weeks of actually having the Codex in our hands, the regular non-exclusive Codex edition for the Orks is going up for pre-order next weekend. And as you can see on your screen now, it comes with its own unique, incredibly cool looking cover art. I will, as a quick aside, say I honestly think this is a bit better than the Snaggas cover. It just feels a lot more shambolic and crazy and orky to me. But hey, I got my Codex when it came out in the Snagga box. I'm not going to complain, I love it. But if you weren't fortunate enough to get a copy of the Snagga box, then at least you can take some small consolation that the Codex you will be getting does have some absolutely fantastic cover art. And alongside the Codex release, as we have come to expect, there is an absolute tidal wave, a green tide you could say, of orky goodness coming along with it. The unique Ork dice and data cards are going to be available for you to pick up, which, I will be honest, seem fine. The dice are really quite plain compared to some of the other unique army dice that we have seen, so that is a bit of a disappointment, and honestly I can't see many of them being sold realistically, but hey, at least they're there, so you do have the option to pick them up if you do want to. Coming along with that, however, is a lot of the new Snaggas kits. The Snagga Boys, Zodgrod and the Beast Boss are all up for pre-order next week, and in a very welcome bit of confirmation, although I think we kind of expected it, it has now been confirmed that the Squighog Boys, which are also up for pre-order next week, comes with the 3 boys, the Bomb Squig, and the Nob on the Smasher Squig as well. Because there was a bit of questioning based on how the sprues were in the Snaggas box, whether the Nob would be a separate kit or whether he would just come with the Squighog Boys. So I'm quite happy that it's all come in one big kit. I do think that unfortunately this may put the kit at a slightly higher price than some of us may like, but it does mean that in essence you are getting 2 completely separate data sheets and units in a single box, which is something that I don't think we've seen before from GW, and is, in my opinion, quite a nice little move from them. It's essentially the equivalent of getting a squad of intercessors and a Primaris lieutenant in one box, so I think that it will overall be a bit cheaper than it would have been if the 3 Squighog Boys and the Nob had come in 2 separate kits. So honestly, I think overall I'm pretty chuffed with that change and that decision, and even though you will probably end up needing more of the actual riders than you will need of the Nobs, it still gives you a chance to do some cool conversion work on the Smasher Squig, or just sell it on and recoup a little bit of your money back. In another awesome piece of news, the Battle Wagon is getting repackaged, not just to get a new fancy 9th edition box, but also so that GW can now add in an upgrade sprue, letting you build the wagon with a death roller or a cannon, which is honestly a very nice little quality of life change. And if you are not a fan, or you don't have the time to do a load of kit bashing or conversion work and build a version of your own, as much as we do all love doing that kind of thing for the Orks, this new box with the included upgrade kit will help you to save just a little bit of time and a little bit of effort if you want to get your Ork Horde on the tabletop that much quicker. And I know I'm being naive here, but I hope that it doesn't come with a huge price bump. I am expecting an increase, of course, with the new upgrade sprue being added to the kit, but I just hope it isn't a huge like 15 or 20 pound price increase. Something like a £5 increase I think I would be okay with, but any more than that, it's going to be a bit of a hard sell when it is really still quite easy to just kit bash your own death roller or cannon to stick onto the Battle Wagon kit. On top of that, the surprise Codex edition of the Big Ed Boss Bunker fortification is also up for pre-order next weekend, and I have to say I love the model. I will almost certainly be picking one up to use as a piece of terrain. I think that rules wise it's okay, but nothing better. Honestly, it's not something you're going to be seeing taken in a lot of armies for its actual combat potential, I don't think, but having it alongside all of the Ork terrain kits which we got access to this weekend with the Octarius Kill Team box, I think it has been perfectly timed by GW to really let people change their battlefield terrain up and create their own unique Ork shantytown style board, and this kit will fit in perfectly with that aesthetic. The final thing up for pre-order next week for the Orks is another thing that we have already seen and been aware of thanks to the early release of the Codex, and that is of course the Ork Combat Patrol, which is honestly I think the best in the entire game right now. And if we assume that it comes in at the same £85 price tag as all the others, you are getting 25 awesome looking models, and the real kicker on this box is that 24 of them are absolutely brand spanking new. The new War Boss in Mega Armor, the 3 new Death Copters, and then the 20 brand new gorgeous looking Ork Boys. They are all honestly really lovely models to look at, and I think if it was just that alone, it would almost be worth the £85 price tag, but in addition to that, you are getting the Ork staple of a Death Dread as well. And even if you already have 2 or 3 or 4 of those kits, it's still a brilliant addition to your army, and it's really solid rules wise in this codex. So honestly, it's a unit you can never have too many of. And let's be real, even though it isn't a brand new kit, it's a bit of an older one, the Death Dread is probably one of the most customizable, creative and fun kits out of any across any army in the entire game. So it honestly doesn't feel like it's an old kit that doesn't really fit in with a lot of the new Ork stuff, because you can absolutely 100% make it fit in just by building it however you want to. Normally you'll have a unit or two which you would want to sell or to trade from most of the previous combat patrols, but honestly every unit in this box is a brilliant pick every single time. I really do love it, and I think it is honestly an absolute steal at £85. I personally have a funny feeling that the way they will recoup their costs on this box is by making it the only place to get the new boys and the Death Copters for probably quite some time. If you are hoping or expecting to be able to get the Death Copters or the boys separately anytime soon, I think you may well be disappointed. I think they want to force people to have to shell out the £85 if they do want the new boys or the new Death Copters. So while you will still be getting a great bargain, I don't think you'll be able to complain, because if you don't want the other stuff, you can still just sell it. If you just want the Ork Boys, for example, you are still going to be getting good value for money, but the bottom line for GW will be a lot more of these £85 boxes sold, and I think honestly they will be more than happy with seeing that on their financials. But that is it for the Sunday previews today. I'll be honest, I am absolutely chuffed with what is coming. It is a bit of a shame that the Kill Rig and the Beast Boss on Squig aren't going up next weekend as well, but I totally understand the need to keep the hype going, and releasing everything in one go is a surefire way to make sure that people don't have any money for releases next week or next month. So from a business standpoint, it makes total sense. I get it. I just really do want to get my hands on a few of those kill rigs, and I'm not a very patient person. But what do you think of the Ork pre-orders for next week? Are you excited about the Combat Patrol, and will you be picking up a copy of the Codex, or do you already have one from the Snaggas box? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I will catch you later guys.